Hello, it's Mindless Insanity 602 reporting to you with another film review. Spoiler alert. Anyways, in this film review for you, in this day, which is day 11's film review, I'll be doing a review. Fuck, I'm saying review a lot. Anyways, of Insidious, which is a 2010 PG-13, 2013 drama horror mystery from James Wan. Anyways, in these type of videos and the 31 days of reviews, I'm trying to steer clear of, modern, recent, and popular, modern and recent, that's fucking redundant, but you catch my drift, modern and popular films, and Insidious is pretty much a modern and a popular flick, but a guy by the name of GizmoCH, his YouTube name is GizmoCH, he requested this via Facebook, since I'm Facebook friends with him, and he took my request of reviewing the Dracula 2000 trilogy almost a year ago, and he takes a whole bunch of other people's film review request, and I'm really grateful for him taking my request, and hopefully he'll take many more requests, but I know that he has a lot of people requesting stuff and more people requesting stuff, so I feel like it's best for me to wait till he gets everybody else's request done and do the reviews that he wants to do, review for stuff that he wants to do reviews for, and then let him take a break after he does his requests and the stuff that he wants to talk about before I throw more requests at him. And I really appreciate the guy, and unlike a buddy of mine where we're having a bit of conflict with, I'll always remain friends with this guy because he's fucking awesome. He's nice to me. He isn't weird. He isn't a weirdo. He is a straightforward guy that I really appreciate. Anyways, he requested Insidious, which is from director James Wan, which, in all honesty, I know a lot of people love James Wan and think that he's the best director out of what is often referred to as the the Splat Pack, which is, the group of recent horror film directors like Alexander Aja, who did the Piranha remake, High Tension, and all that, Eli Roth, Adam West, Ty West, and whatever guy that did, did the Hatchet flicks. I forgot that guy's name. I'm not really going to research it, but there's a whole bunch of them. That they make the modern stuff that isn't very good, isn't like, the classic horror directors like John Carpenter, Wes Craven. You have them. But anyways, we have Insidious. First, let's talk about James Wan's filmography. I fucking hate all the Hostel films. I'm sorry, but I do not like a single film in the Hostel franchise. I'm just not a big fan of those flicks. I think that they're all pretty much awful, irredeemable flicks that I can't really enjoy. He did Dead Silence, the other one with the doll. I did not like that film. I found that film to be pretty boring, horribly acted and horribly paced and everything. I'm not a big fan of that film. He did Death Sins, which is an awesome action flick with starring Kevin Bacon. Death Sins starring Kevin Bacon's fucking awesome. I've seen that. It's like a badass revenge thriller. It's without a doubt James Wan's best film ever. Death Sins with Kevin Bacon as a badass revenge thriller. That's an awesome movie. Then we got this flick, which was his next flick after that one. Then after this, he did The Conjuring, which I mildly enjoyed. I thought it was, not a bad flick, but it's not a very good flick. Then he also did a sequel to Insidious, which is fucking awful. Fucking hated Insidious Chapter 2. And next he's going to be doing Fast Furious, I think, 7 or whatever. Congrats to you, dude. Congrats, James Wan. You went from Saw to Fast and Furious 7. I really congratulate you for the big leap in success and career. But I wish that you did more flicks like Death Sins, which is fucking awesome. The rest of your stuff is just meh or awful. So you're saying, what do you think of Insidious? Insidious is a film about this kid who, gone into a coma. And in his comatose state, he is being trapped by a demon. I don't know what the exact demon is, not the exact name of the demon, but it's all up to the parents to figure out that, this is a genetic trait or some shit that was carried on from the Patrick Wilson character. It was passed on through him, and then after it was passed on through him, it was passed on to him, and then after it was passed on to Patrick Wilson's character, it was passed on to his son, and his son is just in a comatose state, and then they, get these bumbling idiot people who are setting up stuff. They're just there for not very intelligent humor. Then you get Lynn Shay, and the only thing I really know about Lynn Shay is that she was in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and she pops every so often into fucking low budget crappy horror films like Hoboken Hollow. She was in that piece of shit. Also, Michael Madison was in that piece of shit. There's a lot of people, good, famous people in Hoboken Hollow, which that was a piece of shit. Fuck that film. But yeah, she's in this film, and Lynn Shay, she did perfectly. She did okay. The only thing of real note is that she was a fucking teacher in the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and I find that fucking awesome, because the original Nightmare on Elm Street, as many people know, is like my favorite slasher flick. It's my favorite slasher flick. It's my favorite slasher flick. But anyways, you get Lynn Shay, and then you just get the other portions of the film. And all in all, it's just... Oh yeah, and you get loud music. Whenever something creepy happens, whenever you get like a creepy setting or whatever, you get this loud and obnoxious music cues that, makes you feel like there's a bullet going through your fucking eardrum. It's that fucking loud and that fucking annoying. Like there's a big old bullet ramming itself into your fucking skull, and it's just not a very good thing. I just don't fucking like that. It'll be like this. You know the original Psycho. You know the original Psycho where everything is subtle. It doesn't we rely on annoying and all those other films from the 80s and 90s where it doesn't rely on big loud noises just to scare you. You get like the original Halloween. You have this small, eloquent music cues that pop in when it's supposed to scare you, and it's effective. This film here just feels like it's relying on the big, loud, and obnoxious music score to get you intrigued into the film, and I all in all just find that childish. I found this film not to be that very entertaining. I found it to be really fucking awful. I really am not a big fan of Insidious. I'm not really a big fan of Insidious. I found the film to be not very entertaining, not very, engaging story-wise. Oh, and another plot element, so they move from house to house, get some drama or whatever. It's just not a very good film. I honestly don't really recommend you see Insidious. I honestly don't really recommend that you see Insidious. It's insidious to watch Insidious. It's an insidious form of torture to watch Insidious. I'm just not a big fan of the film. If you watch, here's a nice little project or whatever, a nice little experiment that you could do. You could watch Insidious, and you see somebody who likes to do the paranormal thing, who wants to do a paranormal story, feels like, but he doesn't know how to do it correctly. Then you watch The Conjuring, and then you say, that guy gained some filmmaking skills. Good for him. Then you watch The Conjuring 2, and you say, well, this person doesn't care anymore about this. And all in all, from my knowledge, James Wan doesn't really like horror films. He finds them to be awful. And he's just like every other filmmaker who only uses the horror genre to, break into Hollywood. And break into Hollywood. Saul, that wasn't coming from a horror film fan. That was coming from somebody who wants to break it big in Hollywood. And that's the reason why I can't really respect James Wan as a director. His films are awful. Majority of them are. There's only one awesome film, and that's Death Sentence. But that comes that's a little bit more up his territory, because that seems a little bit more like he actually cared, and there was something there. Conjuring, it seems like he cared a little bit more, but the rest are fucking awful. Sorry, I don't really like Insidious. Sorry for the cough. Yeah, that was a horrible cough. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun shit, and I will be back with day 12, whenever that date comes, with a film that I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna, tackle two requests from two individuals. I'm going to take another request from Gary Eakin with his review. What he wants me to review is Night of the Creeps. So we'll be reviewing Night of the Creeps, and then I'll be reviewing Hellraiser, and then that'll be the end of the request. And then the rest will be shit that I want to talk about. I'm sorry, Gary, I understand. You made many good requests. I really appreciate it. But I will save those for later. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. I gotta hurry up. Bye. And subscribe to Gizmo CH. He has some kick-ass stuff. Really appreciate the guy, and bye.